Hi, y'all. I'm Allison. In honor of Halloween and the incredible TBR that I have for the month of October, I'm going to play a bingo maze twice this month. The board has been reset. We are starting on round 5. So there'll be a new variation to the rules this time, like always. And unlike my past few rounds, I have no idea what prompts are hidden behind all of these little colorful balls because I didn't get my blackout last round, so I had no control over the board. There are the 5 blanks that I did manage to win, and there may or may not be 2 genre spots on here. I don't know. They may have been pulled out when the blanks were added to the board. There's no telling. What I do know is during the entire 72 hours, 3 days that I will be playing my Mini Readathon game, I am going to be honoring a spooky season. So I am going to pick from my spooky TBR as much as possible. And I may be forced to branch out and pull books from my shelves. I'm really hoping that won't happen. But I'm going to make sure it fits within a spooky season. So one way or another, I'm keeping on brand for this one. And that might include tweaking some of the prompts that are on there. If any of my TBR jar prompts come up, no matter what it says, I will be pulling from the pumpkin jar, which only has mysteries, supernaturals, horrors, and thrillers. All stuff that is appropriate for October. And if the Once Upon a Book Club, there might be a prompt or 2 in there for that. I will be picking my Halloween ones that I haven't gotten to yet that I am going to read one way or another before the month is out. And then whenever we proceed on to phases 2 and 3, then I'll just be using straight up whatever prompts are left. So we're just kind of playing with the rules a little bit for October. Now the stakes, same as usual. I am going to have a limited amount of time to read as many books as I can. And to play the game, I actually have to read the book. So I'm going to start out, spin for a number. Once I read that book, I come back and do my next little spin. Except, variation for this one, I will only be spinning the wheel for the first number, and then we are going to follow the arrows and see where they lead me. So I don't know if it's going to make it easier or harder to get a bingo. We will find out together. The only time the wheel will come back into play is if I hit a dead end. Then I will spin the wheel and we'll start from a new starting point. So I don't think dead end rules are going to have to be altered during phase 1. I think we'll play with those during November and December. So I believe I've touched on all of the little rules that you need to know, except if I manage to get a bingo during the first round, which is really hard. So all I need is 1, then I will earn 2 blank spots for when the board resets in January. And I will also get to draw a little perk card for use in my regular TBR games. That will, come up very soon because we're getting close to the end of October and Halloween. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get the wheel. We're going to spin, find out what my first book is. And then tomorrow, after I take care of life, then I'm going to come back in. We will start our timer for 72 hours, and that's when I will begin reading. So this is all a pre-game warm-up time because it's already like 10:30 at night, and I'm not going to start reading. I'm not starting the clock at late at night. It's going to start tomorrow afternoon. It was just, this is a guaranteed time to be able to film because tomorrow, people will be coming and going whenever I actually have the chance to pull out the camera. So anyway, let me find the wheel and let's find out what my first book is going to be, what our starting number will be. I really want a spooky book, and I want one of my Once Upon a Book Club boxes. So maybe I can make it happen. Are you ready? Starting with number 18. Okay, well, Noah's going to be on the board because everything's here. I was going to say, I don't know where it is, though. Okay, we got this one down here. The arrows are hidden. So whenever I finish this first book, I will come back, we'll flip the arrow, and whichever one it points it at, that will be my second prompt. Oh, actually, I get to demonstrate it for you right now because we are starting with a blank. That's awesome. Okay, so we get to find out how this is going to work, or I get to demonstrate it. Awesome. Let's move this and I flip it. So now I go up to 17. And this is my prompt. Okay, are you ready? What are the odds? Look, I got 2. I don't know if I should be excited or scared. Because, you know, things have been going, life's been a little chaotic for me lately. And good fortune is a little unsettling. But look, we already have 3. Oh, okay, let's see which way this arrow is going to go. Okay, so now we're going down to number 5. Okay, will we get another blank? How wild would that be? Nope. But we got one from the TBR stack. First on stack, current TBR. So let me rotate you just a teeny tiny bit. By the way, I forgot to mention, just like in the last round of Bingo Maze, Under the Dome does not count because it's 1,067 pages, and that would take over like half of the readathon. And the other book that is turned backwards would be 6 Stories, because that's an audiobook, and I only do that when I'm crafting and things like that. And I won't be, I can't just sit and focus on nothing but that for like 6, 7, 8 hours. It's just too much. So let me turn around and see what the top book is. I am not upset by this. This will be an awesome way to start. I love Vincent Ralph, and I have been dying to read this book. So after I take my mom for her allergy shot tomorrow, and I always take her to lunch, and I got to find somewhere to get her hair washed. Then when all of that is done, I will come in, we will set the clock for 72 hours. And at that point, I will start reading Secrets Never Die. So this one, if I remember correctly, yeah, we've got a group of teenagers who hold funerals for their secrets in an abandoned hut in the woods that they call the Dark Place. But this year, their secrets are coming back from the dead to terrorize them. So someone from their past is blackmailing them with their dangerous secrets. And Sam isn't sure who he can trust, who's watching him, or how far he's willing to go to bury the past once and for all. Oh, this should be fun. I think it's going to have like 80s teen horror movie vibes. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So I will be back tomorrow when it's time to set the clock, and then I get to start reading this. This is quite a dramatic start. We've already got 3 spots cleared. Maybe I will get my bingo during the first round. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. It's Wednesday afternoon around 2:45, and the temptation to start that book last night and just kick off Bingo Maze was incredible, but I held out, and I'm really glad I did, because if I had started yesterday, I would have lost 3 hours today to running errands. So I'm glad I waited. It was a smart, strategic move. Every now and then, I do take the smarter route. Every now and then, though. But now I get to finally start a Bingo Maze, and I am so excited. My day is clear. Next couple of days, I should be able to devote tons of time to reading, and let's see if this time I can get scared. Because my last little round of Bingo Maze, I had really great books, but nothing scary. So maybe over the next 72 hours, I'll find a book that just has me quaking in my boots. Okay, we already know I'm supposed to start Secrets Never Die. Can't wait to get into this. My clock is all set up. All I got to do is hit the start button, and then I get to begin reading. So let's officially kick this off. Don't forget, I've got 72 hours. Let's try to get one bingo. Wait, okay, I need to start. There it goes. I will be back with y'all after I've read this book. I'm back and a lot of time has gone by, but I did adjust my clock for like 30 minutes. I'll explain why in just a second, but first I finished it and it was so good, mysterious, and not quite what I was expecting from a blackmail book. And I don't mind at all because, normally in a blackmail book, they're just jumping through hoops trying to meet the demands. And this one wasn't about that. There were a few demands made, but it was mostly trying to figure out who's doing the blackmailing and suss out all the secrets and everything within this friend group. And I had so much fun with this, but it wasn't scary. And it's classified as a mystery, so that's okay. It was really fast paced though, and it kept me riveted the whole way through, except at the very beginning, which is why I adjusted the clock, and I'm gonna do it again. Because 2 pages in, page 2, my daughter comes to me. The dryer is screaming. I think that was the belt had slipped off the drum. So I'm like, I don't know, don't use it. Go to a laundromat, dry your clothes that way. And then my husband got up not too long after that, and he was like, go ahead and run it, dry it, see what happens. So honestly, I don't know if it continued screaming or not. I went outside because I couldn't handle it, and I will test the dryer tomorrow. But yeah, for all I know, my dryer is broken. I still haven't fixed my fridge when the water in the ice maker broke way back in May when everything started crumbling apart. But anyway, then on the heels of that, my mom comes down because I mentioned earlier I took her for her allergy shot. That's what we do on Wednesday. And for the first time ever that I know of, at least we can go back since she moved in with me, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, however long it is, her injection site was red and it was hot and it was swelling up a little. And she said it was itchy. I was like, are you kidding me? She doesn't have a reaction to her allergy shots, and they haven't changed the doses or changed anything about her injections. So I was like, oh no. So I called the doctor's office because of course this happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That doctor's all the way out in Fort Worth. But she explained that she's like, yeah, well, she should have taken her allergy medicine in the morning. I was like, what do you mean allergy medicine? She gets shots. Apparently all this time my mom's been supposed to have been taking it over the counter allergy medication on shot day specifically. She's supposed to take it all the time, but on shot day she's supposed to take it in the morning. And since the pollen and ragweed's off the chart right now, that's why it was. So that's why the reaction happened. So they told her, go ahead and give her allergy medication over counter. So I took a Zyrtec, and I was like, okay, well, what do I watch for? She didn't have it. She wasn't having difficulty breathing, no tightness of the chest or anything like that. But I was like, what do I watch for in case this gets worse? And hives would have been another one of them. But none of those other symptoms appeared. And the nurse had said that within a couple of hours, the reaction should be gone. I was like, okay, because keep in mind, this happened at 3 o'clock. So it's like a couple of hours from now, it'll be 5. Everybody will be closed. So I didn't know if we'd be going to urgent care later. I was just like, really? But happy to report the Zyrtec worked. So I went back to my reading, and I could not focus because, of course, I'm concerned about her, wondering, is she breaking out in hives? Is this getting worse? So it took me like an hour to read 18 pages. And that was after the delays that we already had. So I came in and tweaked my clock by 30 minutes. And I think I came in and tweaked it again. I tweaked it for the dryer stuff. And then after with Mom, I came back and I was like, okay, I'm reclaiming that. So I thought I reclaimed all my time. But I'm taking back another hour because, yeah, it's just No. So we're going to set this back one more hour. And honestly, I think when I moved the clock back the first time, I think I did it backwards. And I may have actually added 30 minutes. So when I came in and did it the second time, then I may have subtracted the 30 minutes. So it may have canceled itself out. I have no idea. But I now have 65 and a half hours left. And that's just what we're going to go with, because your girl can't catch a break. It's like, are you kidding me? I just want to enjoy my books and find a scary book. I don't want to be scared in real life. I don't need any more stories or conflicts to overcome. I've had enough. So anyway, let's grab my little board. Yeah, I'm getting myself a little bit more worked up than I was calm when I came in, but okay. We need to find out what my next book is. And I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, we got off to a great start. We only need 2 more here, but I forgot. We're relying completely on arrows. And we're down here in this corner. So I've got to get arrows to get me all the way up to there. I might as well forget that. I think my best, so anyway. We are now following this arrow. Yeah, that's what we did, because this was the color square that we did. And that was on the floor. So, okay, that's going to point us to our next spot. Picture this road down here. So, number 2. Oh, I don't know. Maybe, look, that gets us up there. So maybe we can make it over there. Oh, and it's a blank. Yeah, we got our 3rd blank. What are the odds of that? Okay, so I think this happened in round 1 last time too, or phase 1. We're getting close to that. There's no way we'll get, all the way over there. Maybe it'll work again. Okay. I'm kind of liking this, just flipping the arrow. You ready? Okay, this one. Shortest title, current TBR. The game's making it up to me. I love that I'm getting books off of my TBR. These don't stay on here very well, so I tilted it to... Okay, let me go look and see which one's the shortest title. I think what I'll start with is word count, and then if we need to, go down to letters. Okay, I thought it was going to be Killjoy at first, because that's only 7 letters, 2 words, but then I remembered Ravenfall. It's 1 word, and my other 1-word title is Misery. I said I wanted to be scared. So Misery is only 6 letters. I think this is my shortest title. Let me confirm real quick. Yep, it looks like I'm reading Misery at night. Okay, so I don't know how much of this I will actually read tonight. Normally I would be like, yes, I'm going to be scared this time. But I am very familiar with this story. I don't know how many times I've read the book. Of course, I've seen the movie multiple times. But it has been a very long time. So we'll see if it still scares me. I think this one was more suspense and angst, though, than actual boo scares. So I'm going to read this. When I am done, I will be back and we will continue on, see if we can get closer to a bingo. And I will not be doing any more adjustments to the clock, no matter what. Oh, we'll just leave it there because we don't want to tempt fate. So I'm going to read Misery. Probably I'll read just a little bit and then go to bed. I've had a long day. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Got just a touch under 48 hours left and I survived it. Oh, it was so intense, anxiety-inducing, horrific, and brilliant. I love it. This is one of my all-time favorite Stephen King books, and it did not let me down. Although, I was not scared. But that's not really the point of Misery. It's not meant to scare you, make you, jump or anything like that, because this is just It's just horrifying. And I was just, it's like a train wreck. See, it's so unsettling that you don't want to know what's going to happen. You don't want to read it because you don't want it to happen. But yet at the same time, you got to know. You got to know what's going to happen. And I'll admit, there was quite a few times where, I would jump ahead and start skimming just to make sure that Paul was going to somehow survive the scenario he was in. Even though I've read this plenty of times, I've seen the movie plenty of times, and that's just how good it was. I was just so anxiety-ridden, so tense, but I loved it. So, get to add another one to my list. I also did have to take some breaks from it, because like I say, it gets really intense. But if you haven't read it, highly, highly recommend it. Okay, we get to flip another one and find out what's my next book. And I could use for something a little lighter. Like I said, that one is intense. We have our first dead end. So I have to get the wheel back out and give it a spin and see where we're going to go. So what do y'all think about this following the arrows version? I'm having fun with it. Okay, let's see what we get. Number 5. I think that's what we just had, wasn't it? Yeah, it's going to... Look, even with just a few showing, we've already got a dead end. So I get to move number 5. That's a good thing. Now, does that mean I follow the arrow now, or do I have to spin and then we follow it next time? Yeah, we got to set the rule right now, decide how this is going to play out from here. I think I'm going to spin again for a new spot. I think that might be a way to go. Because, yes, I think that'll be the way to go. Because if we've got like a long chain and we just flip it and then we just get to... That might give me too much control. And I want things to be as random as possible. So, let me get the wheel. Because, if that was a long chain and I got to point it where I wanted, then I can immediately flip it. It kind of takes away that random level. Okay. Spinning. Number 2. Oh my God, look. What are the odds of that? Okay, so we are going to, let's see, what's the way to, I think we'll go that way with it. Either one, any way would be good. So we're going to spin one more time and then I'll go to rocks. I can't believe we're doing this in phase 1 already. This is a normal level phase 3 thing. My favorite number, actually. And I think we just took care of all the dead ends, so we won't have one for a while. Okay, we're down here. So that could get interesting. Sci-fi. Okay, sci-fi is dystopians or sci-fi. So I should be able to continue with my current stack. Let me go look. Okay, the only sci-fi on my list would be Under the Dome by Stephen King. While I do want to read it, it's 1,067 pages. I bet that would take me the entire... it would take ages. Because, yeah, I don't know if I can handle the intensity of another Stephen King right now. So I'm going to have to branch off of my current TBR, which just really... Yeah, I don't want to do it. It makes me just want to go back and re-roll, but do I do that? I shouldn't do that. I have such an incredible TV. Okay. I'm not gonna do that, because once I do that, then that kind of opens the door to ignore it in the future. So I'm gonna go with the similars. So The competition has never looked better. We've got an elite boarding school, a secret society, a forbidden group of students, an explosive start to junior year. So even though this one isn't on my TBR, it is definitely, I think, going to be keeping in the spirit of a spooky season, because we're going to have 6 new students attending Darkwood Academy. And they aren't your irregular overachieving teens. They're DNA duplicates of current students, joining class alongside their originals. But this is supposed to be a page turner that delivers on its promise. So I think this is going to actually be creepy and pretty intense. So at least that's what I'm hoping. At least I'm hoping for a spooky read. If I'm being forced off of my TBR, which just really, but I'm going to do it. So it's like right about 400 pages. I think it'll be a quicker read than a Stephen King, because I don't think I'm going to need as many breaks from this one to just go. So I will be back with y'all after I read this. And I go grumble for a little bit. I'm just okay, bye. Okay, I've changed my mind. I started to read the similars and I was like throwing a hissy fit. And it's not going to be fair to the book, because I don't want to read this right now. And it started out, I think it's going to be a good book, at least based on the 3 pages that I read. But it's got a lighter, more, a lighter tone to it than I want, and keeping with our spooky season. So instead, I'm switching to one of my ebooks, Dark Eden by Patrick Harmon. And this one is sci-fi. It also has videos. So there's 7 videos added to it as well. I don't really know much about it. I have read it before, but it's been a very long time. But it's centered around fear. Fear is the cure. And I think that's a better fit. So I'm going to read this instead, and I will be back. Well, that was a much faster read. Look, I still have over 40 hours left. Surprised at how quickly I knocked that one out. Again, it was Dark Eden by Patrick Harmon. It was okay. I would give it a 3. I have read it before. It's been a very long time. But I remembered enough that there weren't really many surprises for me. This one was a group of like 6 teenagers, 15-year-olds that have been going to therapy for one reason or another. And their therapist convinced the parents that there's this new treatment that they can undergo that will cure them of their fears, their phobias. And so these 6 are sent off to this retreat type thing for a week to face their fear and be cured. So that's the premise of it. Premise has got so much potential, but this one, it was kind of felt on the surface, and it does have some video clips, and it feels like it was kind of relying on that more than really expanding upon the story. So at least during my second read through, there we go. I think I enjoyed it more the first time because it was quite unexpected. But anyway, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. And I finished it. So let's get the board and find out what my next book is going to be. So we were down here in the corner, so we get to follow it. It's safe to say we're not going to get a dead end this time. And it looks like it's going to take us over here. Put that there. So we're going to number 7. TBR jar wheel. Now I said if these came up, I'm just pulling from the Halloween jar. So that's what we're going to do. Which means, unfortunately, I'm probably going to end up with another one that is not on my TBR. The odds getting one that I've already selected for the month are going to be very, very low. By the way, if you're curious, I think it's about 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting quite sleepy. All this reading is making my brain a little mushy. Okay, let's see what we get. Maybe I'll look out and I'll have a book that's already on the list. That would be incredible. Okay, I got this black one. We Solve Murders. I don't know if I want this one. I might cheat. This is the new Richard Osman, and I was thinking we might want to do this for a start and stop buddy read once we get these going again. Because this starts off a whole new theme. So if I read it, then, you know, that kills that possibility. So based on that, I'm going to draw again. I don't think that's cheating. I'm saving that for y'all. So let's get this black one. And, oh, I did it. I got one off of my current TBR. Okay, now I need to like go buy a lottery ticket because it's the Once Upon a Book Club. This was the magic box. It's the Halloween one. So I will start a new video for this, opening the gifts because they're going to be Halloween related. And I get to read this. I'm so excited because I want to read this. I was planning to read this one way or another before the month is over. Yes. So this one is going to be magic. Unicorn in the woods, mermaids in the coves. So it's going to be found family. It's a lush cottagecore tale full of stolen spellbooks, unexpected friendships, sweet jams, and even a sweeter love. So I'm super excited. Considering I'm starting a video for this, I don't know if I'll start this tonight or tomorrow morning. I haven't decided yet, but I will run another video alongside this, so keep an eye out for it. It may in fact come out before this video. So if it's already come out, then if you haven't had a chance to watch this, then be sure and keep an eye out for it. Okay, I will see y'all tomorrow. We've got less than 24 hours left, but I finished the spell shop and I recorded the video opening the gifts and talking about the book without spoiling anything. So if the order of these happens the way I'm kind of thinking right now, this video will already be out. But I absolutely loved it. Loved it. And of course it took me longer to read because I was also filming the other video with the gifts and whatnot. But I didn't mind having the extra time with this. It was just incredible. Just like a warm little hug. But I will leave all of that to the other video. Let's get on and see what my next prompt's going to be. Maybe, I'm still hoping for a bingo. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we need to flip it to find out, of course. So, I don't think we did numbers. We weren't down here, were we? Let me look. I kept notes. Thank God I wrote down the numbers. Okay, we were. We are number 7. So we give this one a flip and follow it to whatever hopefully will be a prompt, because it may. I don't think I have any dead ends left. Okay, so we're going that way. So that road goes over here. And we're going to be at a dead end. Because if you picture it, yeah, this row over here. So those two are, oops, let me get it in there. Those two are going to be pointing at each other. So that means we do need the wheel. Okay, let's spin and see where it's going to send us. Number 15. I have less than a day to get our bingo. Well, I don't know. Okay, where's 15? Oh, we've already done that one, so it takes us to number 10. Which is free pick. I can pick anything I want. I'm, of course, going to my October TBR. Oh, now this, I don't know. That is awesome. But now that I have the pressure of the decision, I could go strategic and try and pick something short and quick so I can hopefully have a shot at my bingo. Or I could just get my other Halloween box. That could be fun from Once Upon a Book Club. Or a book that I've just been really wanting to. I don't know. Let me look. Oh no, this is both good and bad. I don't know. How am I supposed to decide? I almost hate the free pick one. That's why I play these games, because I can't decide. So I do have another Once Upon a Book Club box for Halloween. This is the Mischief box. And this is a horror thriller, I believe. Or maybe it's just a chiller. But there is this. Or I have a middle grade that's actually set on Halloween. Ravenfall. Or the prequel to the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a novella. So I'm sure I could get through this super quick. None of them are, terribly long. I don't know. Oh no. I'm kind of leaning towards this because I want to read this before Halloween. Because I want to do the opening and vlog video and everything for it. Because once we, pass Halloween, then the box is no longer really relevant. But I don't know that I want to roll into yet another video right away. I kind of would like a break, but I may not have a chance to get it in here. I don't know. I wish I had time to let y'all vote, but we can't. Maybe I should do this as I need to figure out how to live stream. This might be a fun game to live stream with y'all. I've been thinking of ways that I could make this something we could all do together. But, okay, I can't go into that right now. Because I need to make a decision. I think I'm going to go eat dinner. Because like I said, I just finished. I've been filming all day for the vlog on the spell shop. So maybe if I take a little break from filming and everything, go eat some dinner, then maybe I'll feel more inclined to start another video. I don't know. I'll be back to let you know what I decide. No clue. I might just flip a coin. Okay, I will see you soon. Okay, I decided to go strategic. I'm going to do the novella because, look, all of this back here, you get the first few chapters of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and 5 Survive. So the book is only 117 pages. Novella. And it sounds like it's really going to be fun. 6 suspects, 3 hours, 1 murder. So Pip is going to go to a murder mystery party with her friends. She doesn't want to go, but she's going to do it anyway. And it's going to be a night of everybody dressing up fancy dress from the 1920s and pretending that their town is an island called Joy. But once the game begins, Pip finds herself drawn into the make-believe world of intrigue, deception, and murder. So this one is actually set before A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So she's going to still have that innocence that she did. I think she was a senior in high school when that one started, or maybe a junior. Anyway, I'm going to go read this real quick. It's only 117 pages. And then I'll be back and we'll have time to do another one tonight. So I'll see you soon. This was so fun. And believe it or not, I actually had my first jump scare. One of the characters may or may not had been led down into the basement where the lights were off and everything. And they thought they saw somebody in the corner in the shadows. And yeah, it made me jump. But such a little riot. It was one of those murder mystery parties. And now I want to do one of those because basically you're playing the game along with them. And it's so much fun. And the perfect premise for the first Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because this happens the night before Pip has to decide what her capstone project is going to be. So this kind of motivates her to start her whole school project and dive into that murder mystery that actually happened in their small town. So highly enjoyed this. Really, really loved it. Like I said, now I want to get one of those boxes, but nobody would play with me, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Next time my husband's whole family gets together, we may have to do that. Let's see, I went blank. I got so excited by this. But I finished another book, and I didn't see what time it was on the thing, but it's only like 9:30 at night. So I definitely have time to pick the next little prompt, find out where we're going to go. In fact, I just realized I didn't go and do all of my normal stuff. Normally, as soon as I finish a book, then I go into Storygraph and I update the tags on it so I have everything that was within the book. And then I write little notes in my reading journal and everything. And then I come back and turn my camera. I didn't even do any of that. I just came straight to the camera. So I'm going to have to do that before I start reading my next book. But let's flip this one. If it goes that way, then that would be a good thing. Because we still don't have our bingo. We've got 19 hours left. Oh, it's going to change directions. We're not anywhere close to getting a bingo. Okay, let's see what this one gives us. Current TBR wheel. I love that. Okay, I need to update it because I've taken quite a few books off of it. And then we'll give it a spin and see which one I'm going to read. Okay, let's see what we get. I don't know what I want to wish for. The suspense. Come on, what is it? I think my internet may have disconnected. Oh no. Episode 13 at night. Uh-oh. I've been saying I want to be scared. I think this one's going to do it. Hooks you, creeps you out, and then it overwhelms you. Great, and I'm starting at 9:30 at night. It's an epistolary descent into a living nightmare. Fans of paranormal documentaries, ghost hunting shows, and found footage horror will lose their minds over this one. I don't know. I'm legitimately nervous. Okay. But I do really want to read it. This is one of my most anticipated. I just don't know that I want to start it at nighttime. So it brings a terrifying twist to a found footage genre when a reality TV show crew finds themselves trapped in a nightmare of their own creation. It's going to be a crumbling derelict mansion, bizarre experiments that took place in the 1970s, also undoubtedly haunted, and Matt hopes to use scientific techniques and high-tech gear to prove it. So this is going to be like a TV show. It's epistolary, so... Oh, yeah. Looks like text for their show and everything. It's a TV show. Okay. Yeah, I'm not stalling at all. Nope. Not at all. Okay, I have 19 hours to finish this puppy. Plus sleep, of course. But I won't be going to bed till probably about midnight. I'm not mentally fatigued this time. So it was nice having some lighter reads this afternoon. I didn't mind that at all, but it's time to get back to business. So I'm going to go update my reading journal for Killjoy and then start this. Wish me luck. And maybe this one will actually have me quaking in my boots. But I wouldn't mind if the scary part doesn't kick off until tomorrow morning. That would be okay. We can just set the groundwork tonight. All right. I'm going to stop stalling and go read. Bye. Wish me luck. So I did read before I went to bed last night. I read 150 pages, and thankfully it didn't get scary before that point. So I had no problem sleeping. And I've just finished it I've got a little under 4 hours left. I don't know if we're going to get a bingo today, but who knows? I've seen stranger things happen. This one, however, did not scare me. And it's just either I've really gotten tough or I'm just not hitting on the right book yet. But I don't know what I think about this one. Well, I did enjoy reading it. It wasn't like a slog to get through or anything like that. It definitely wasn't what I expected at all. I was expecting to be terrified by this book. And this one is actually more along the lines of science versus pseudoscience and kind of breaking it down. And then it kind of shifts in the second half. You kind of lose that haunted house vibe, the ghost hunting vibe, and it becomes more like a journey of self-discovery kind of theme almost. But I didn't hate it. I don't know that I loved it. I didn't love it. The characters I never really connected with. And this is way too much detail for this little game, because that's what we're not about today. I think I'm going to end up giving this one a 3. I don't know if I'll hold on to it or not. I'm going to sit on it for a while and see. But more important thing is, let's flip and see what our next one is. And I really want to know what y'all think of this version of it. I'm liking the just following the arrows, because it seems to be making it a lot harder, you know, because there's not just, can I get a 9? It's like, how am I going to get to the 9? So I want to know your opinions. Anyway, we had our 10 last time, so we get to flip this one and see where it takes us. Oh, down to our free spot. And, oh, that gave us a dead end. It's just messing with me, because now I do need the wheel to see which random place I will end up going. Okay, let's grab the wheel. I was looking to see if there was any single number to wish for, but there's not. I need more than 1 on every row. So let's see what we get. Number 7. I think we've done that before, right? We're back to a dead end. So I'm going to turn the 7. At least we have a direction to point it in. And then we got to spin again. Ready? Number 9. I mentioned 9. It was like, it's not like I can spin the wheel to get a 9. I got the 9. Oh. So it's not like it's going to send me to this. Maybe it will. A standalone. This is good. Let me see if I can find the shortest one. Maybe somehow I can manage to pull it off. I don't know. Oh no, I've got decision time again and no time to waste. Home is where the bodies are. This one's short. Scritch Scratch, middle grade, ghost story. And Natasha Preston, The Island. I usually tear right through hers. And this is one of my most anticipated. Odds are good of being scared in this one. And actually this one too. So I don't know which one can I get through the fastest. I hate to look at them that way, but it'd be cool if we could flip another one. I'm always sad when I get down to the end of this game. My brain is like, I'm ready for a break, but it's like, no, one more. Oh, no. So, found footage, ghost, and influencers trapped on an island. I think this is going to be like a Lord of the Flies thing, which I've never read. I can't decide. I don't have time to waver. I want to read all 3. I'm acting like I don't get to read anything else for the rest of the month. Probably because that's how my reading's been going lately. If it doesn't land within Bingo Maze, I don't have time to read anything else. So that makes me like, oh. I'm going with Scritch Scratch. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think this one will give me the best odds. Because it's middle grade, so the writing, I should be able to read it faster. And it says, I'm trying to drift off to sleep when a faint scratching sound starts up the wall behind my head. Scratch, scratch. Ooh. Something terrible followed her home. Her dad is a bus driver giving tours, ghost-themed tours of Chicago. But she is very scientific. So, we'll see if this ghost tour thing, ghost story actually gets my imagination going and gets me creeped out more than episode 13 did. All right, I will be back hopefully in less than 3 hours and 45 minutes so we can flip another one. Okay, bye. I finished it and I've got almost 10 minutes left. So this one actually kind of creeped me out a little bit. It didn't scare me though, but it was a really good story with a good message for the middle graders. And it also brought back a lot of memories for me because this one is in Chicago and I've been to a lot of these places. That's where my family originally lived, in that area. So I don't know that I have it in me to do another one, to be honest. I'm a little, my brain's turned into mush. And I think for good reason, because over the past 3 days, look how much I've read. That's a lot. I'll put the page count up on the screen. I'll do the math in a minute. But I think I'm going to call it here and be quite proud of myself. Give myself a little pat on the back. If you can see over in the corner, though, look, my TBR is still quite big. But on the right, these are the ones that I managed to read between my 2 rounds of Bingo Maze this month. And I think it's cool, the pattern that we got out of this. You can definitely tell that following those arrows makes a difference. So I will be playing again in November, where I will have 60 hours to see if I can get 3 bingos. I didn't get my bingo today, so that means I missed out on 2 blank spots. So I'm not going to have as many the next time we reset the board. And that's okay. We'll see what that does, because I ran into a lot of those blanks today. I mean, we uncovered a lot of spots. And of course, I didn't get those blanks today, but I meant during the course of this video. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and that I will see you in the next one. I'll be setting up my November TBR very, very soon. Hope to see you then. Bye.